Hey, what's up? This is Phil Ebner with another course in the Amazing Lower Thirds class, another lesson. Today we're going to be doing a cool lower third that I titled Colorful. I was inspired by an image that I found, a silly image of myself throwing up two peace signs down in Chile, in Santiago, where I was traveling with my girlfriend, and I stood up against this colorful wall, and it actually inspired me to create this lower third. So check it out. We got this white bar coming up with my information, pretty simple. Then we got this colorful rainbow of, of colors down here, this rainbow bar. And then you have this subtle change of colors as time goes on. You can see it coming from the right to the left. You see the colors change. So this is a great lesson for pre-composing. So we're going to be using that and the use of color. I actually took colors from this image, and I dropped colors from this image to create this bar of colors. You can see this blue is similar to this one, the red similar to this one, the green similar to that one. So that's a cool thing that you should be looking to do when you're creating titles or just adding colors to your effects, is by actually using colors that are within your images or your videos. Alright, let's get started. As always, create a new composition. I'm going to call it colorful. The first thing we want to do is create this color bar down here. And so to do that, I actually created basically this bar of colors like so. So first you want to add a new layer, solid, and we'll just select, we'll make it super bright like that. So the super bright blue. Then I'm going to create a bar like this. Then I'm going to duplicate this bar and tab it over about, I don't know, how many times was that? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 times, and it's good to keep track so that you know how many times you need to tab over for the rest of these so that it's symmetrical. Okay, so I want to change the color of this one, so go up to solid settings or Command-Shift-Y. I'm going to select this color, and I'm just going to move it up, move this part of the color selector up and down. So select new, duplicate again, tab over 10 times, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change the color, and then repeat. So just do that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do this until you have a bar of colors that you're happy with. Okay, a couple more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change the color. Again, you want to have completely different colors for all of this, all of these. So you have a lot. And then that looks pretty good. This last one, yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Alright, so then how did I create this kind of change in colors? I added a couple adjustment layers. So to do that, you just go up to the layer and you go to new adjustment layer. This is basically an invisible layer that you can add effects to that will affect anything in the timeline underneath that layer. So I'm going to add a hue adjustment. So type in hue and just do color correction, hue saturation, add it to the adjustment layer. And then where it says master hue, you just rotate the degrees so that's a little bit different. Okay, you can even decrease the saturation or whatever you want to do. Alright, so then I'm going to take this adjustment layer and move it off of the screen. So right about there. I'm going to set a position function or a keyframe at 1 second. So just set the keyframe at 1 second. Then at 2 seconds, I'm going to move this on just to the very end of this bar. Great. Then I'm just going to duplicate this again. And then, as you can see, it automatically changes the colors. And you can even change the hue or the saturation, make it more saturated. And duplicate again. Duplicate that one. Press U to bring up the keyframes and drag it so that it's one after another. Changing colors. Duplicate again. Press U to bring up the keyframes. And that's pretty good. So we have a bar of colors changing for about 5 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to select all of these. Actually, first I'm going to create a white solid. So go ahead and actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it easy on myself. Select this bottom cyan, which is a nice color. Duplicate it. Bring it to the top above the adjustment layers. Make it white. So change the color settings to white. And then I'm going to just press Shift and up on the keypad once, and that brings it above this bar. And then I'm going to duplicate this white solid and bring it below everything, and tab or Shift and press down twice, so that we have this nice bar of colors right there. We have this nice bar that we're going to be able to put our text in. Alright, cool. So now we have this cool bar, and I'm going to actually pre-compose all of this. So select all of it, right click and select pre-compose. We'll do bar. Go back to our composition, and now it's all in this one pre-composition, so we can move this if we want to. I'm going to add my text, so using the type tool, I'll add my name. There you go. I'm going to change it to condensed bold. However you want to set up your text. Increase the size a little bit more. Duplicate this layer, bring it down. Type out my subtitle, instructor. And then change the settings. So I'm going to make this light italic. Decrease the size so that lines up just like so. Make sure the spacing is good. Alright, so this is looking pretty good so far. Now we just have to add the motion to it. So as you can see here in this one, it kind of flies in, and then the Philip Ebner and the online instructor fly in as it's flying in, and then kind of like bounce into the frame. Alright, so let's go to our composition right here. So I'm going to set a keyframe at 1 second for all of them in the for position. So press P with all of them selected, hit the stopwatch, and then go back about half of a second. Select all of them and move them off of the screen. Then I'm going to take this Philip Ebner and move it, a few frames later, and then online instructor a few frames past the Philip Ebner layer. I'm going to select all, make sure that motion blur is on, and enable motion blur right there with this the 3 circles right there. And then I'm going to render it out and see how it looks. I think it's going to look super cool. So there you have it. That is looking pretty good. I think I want to speed everything up, so I'm just going to select all the keyframes, all the second keyframes, and then move them closer to the first keyframe, and that will speed up this motion right here. And that's your basic color bar lower third. One thing you can do, maybe you want to decrease the opacity of the colors itself, so that's not as bright. So go ahead and select all of this color bar, all the colors and the adjustment layers, And actually, you can probably just select the adjustment layers, press T, and drop down the opacity to like 50 or so. So this kind of just makes it more dull. See what happens when you select the colors themselves, press T and drop the opacity. So that makes them lighter. So that makes it lighter. The adjustment layer just kind of affects I guess kind of the saturation of it, where the opacity of the actual colors themselves affects the opacity of this color bar. So that looks a little bit more subtle, and depending on what you want, if you want more subtle or if you want more colorful, and relatively simple lower third will help you guys out. I hope you're enjoying this class. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me. Send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. As always, check out videoschoolonline.com for more free tips, tricks, and tutorials. If you sign up for my mailing list, you'll get 50% off all of my other courses. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.